probably kill the lights. Okay. So I'm outside their house right now. I'll level with you. A couple days ago, well, my name's Jim. Oh, I got a lot of names. But I was sitting, y'all do. But I was sitting on this park bench, just looking for a sign, and I looked down and it said, "Hey, Jimmy." And that's my name. And there was a number 18 right by it, and that's my number. And I was like, what does this mean? And I read more, and the next line said, "Jimmy, I'll tell you what this means." It said, "Call this number. It's your destiny." So I contemplated for a little bit. I took the number down, and I did. I called him, and it turns out the phone number is to this producer, big time, paved the way for everybody, named Mr. George. Actually, I had my agent call him. But he agreed to give me 5 minutes to go out there and try and wow him. You see, I'm passionate about a lot of things, and I got some ideas, and I just don't know what to do or where to go, because I'm just small potatoes. And that's all I want to be. But I got a message that I want to try and get across to them and pitch it. Damn, I'm so damn nervous. I got to take a drink. Ow, dang it. I cut myself when I was shaving on my lip. Damn, I have no Neosporin on there. All right, I'm going to go in and try and do this audition. I'm nervous. Well, I'll keep you updated. Wish me luck. I'm gonna kill these lights. Okay. I'm outside their house right now. I'll level with you. All that stuff I said earlier about the park bench stuff, I mean, it's kind of true. Like, it is in my heart. But really, what happened was, see, I know this actor guy. Well, I don't know him, but I know where he lives. I mean, it's not like I was staking out his house or nothing. Not like that movie with Danny Glover. But so I kind of quietly followed him to where he was going when he left his house, because he ain't seen me up there on his roof. So I climbed down, got in my car, and followed him all the way over here. And I found out in the yellow pages on my phone that this belongs to Mr. George. So I found his number, and I pretended to be my own agent. I gave him a call. I don't feel good about it. I just don't know what to do. It's so hard out here. I'm just trying to figure it out. So I'm outside their house right now. I'm about to go in, but I just figure I'll level with you before I go out in there and, well, hopefully I'll make a jabroni out of myself. But, okay, well, I'm out here. So, yeah.
Johnny!
Hi! How are you?
On the phone with your agent.
Oh, Jimmy! Jimmy. Yeah, he's... Oh, my goodness! Mr. George, I'm so sorry! Oh, gosh. Oh, listen. Oh, you got one of those things?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? I got a few things. That's okay. So, first character I'm gonna do, I call him Old Man Birches. Well, not old, but like a elderly gentleman. New England, I would say. And he's kind of going into a reverie. Get in there. This is, sorry, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. My acting coach, Patrick White, based out of Albany, New York. Amazing guy, taught me everything I know. That's like one of the...
5 minutes.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna come in from out here. Okay. From out here and then come in, okay? Okay.
Birches by Robert Frost.
You can do this.
When I see birches bend to left and right across the lines of straighter darker trees, Like they think some boy's been swinging then. The swinging doesn't bend them down to stay as ice storms do. Often you must have seen them, loaded with ice the sunny winter morning after the rain. Oh, they click upon themselves as the breeze rises and turn many-coloured. As the stir cracks and crazes their enamel. Soon the sun's warmth makes them shed crystal shells, shattered and avalanching on the snow-crystal heaps of broken glass to sweep away. You think the inner dome of heaven had fallen. They are dragged to the withered bracken by the load. Seem not to break. Though once they're bowed so low for long they never right themselves. You may see their trunks arching in the woods years afterwards, trailing their leaves on the ground like girls on hands and knees that throw their hair before them over their heads to dry in the sun. But I was going to say, before truth broke in with all her matter of fact about the ice storms, is I should prefer to have some boy been there. As he went out and in to fetch the cows. Some boy too far from town to learn baseball, whose only play was what he found himself, summer or winter, and could play alone. One by one he subdued his father's trees by riding them down, until he took the safeness out of them, until not one but hung limp, not one was left for him to conquer. Oh, he learned all there was to learn about not launching out too soon and so carrying the tree clear to the ground. He always kept his poise, climbing to the top branches with the same pains you use to fill a cup up to the brim, even above the brim. He flung outward, feet first with a swish, kicking his way down through the air to the ground. So was I once myself a swinger of birches. And so I dream of going back to be. It is when I am weary of considerations and life is too much like a pathless wood where your face burns and tingles with the cobwebs having broken across it and eyes weeping from the twigs having lashed across it open. I'd like to get away from Earth a while and come back to it. Begin over. May no fate willfully misunderstand me and half grant what I wish and snatch me away not to return. Earth's the right place for love. I do not know whether it's likely to go better. But I like to go by climbing a birch tree and climb black branches up a snow-white trunk toward heaven till the tree could bear no more but dipped its top and set me down again. That'd be good, both going and coming back. One could do worse than be a swing of birches. Oh damn, is this locked? Another one, I got another one. I don't know if you've ever seen the Great Dictator with Charlie Chaplin, and at the end he does this really impassioned speech. I'm sorry, Maris. Clips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. Okay, here we go. So the next character I'm going to do is, well, it's not really a character, it's the monologue at the end of The Great Dictator that Charlie Chaplin does this speech. I'm going to try and do it with as much energy as I can. And how we doing? How we doing on time? Everything all right?
5 minutes.
I'm sorry.
5 minutes.
I'm sorry.
5 minutes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge is... Okay, I'm gonna do this.
It's so him.
That's it.
It's so perfect.
Yeah.
If you could do it more than once.
Start again.
I'm sorry. hearts shall die. Oh shit. That's the part I always stumble on. Okay, I'll spice it in. To those who can hear me, I say do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is only the passing of greed. The bitterness of men who feel the way of human progress. The hate in their hearts shall pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people shall return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the power of humanity in your hearts. You do not hate. Only the unloved hate. The unloved, the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery. Fight for liberty. In chapter 17 of St. Luke it is written that the kingdom of God belongs to man. Not one man nor a group of men, but an all men. And you the people of the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You're the... Okay, the power to create happiness, to make this life wonderful. Power to create happiness. The power to create happiness. The power to make this life a wonderful adventure. So then, in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world. A decent world. That'll give men a chance to work. That'll give you the future and old age security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power. But they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. Oh, they never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. So let us fight for a new world. A world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, I forgot the last line. Let us all unite fight. Okay. I'm sorry. Keep all the way down here. It's chance on me, man. You can do this, man. You know you can do this. You know you can do this. You know you can do this. You know you can do this.
You've got this.
I'm sorry. But I don't want to be an emperor. It's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone. And the good earth is rich, and it can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful. But we've lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. Oh, we've developed speed, but we've shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical. Our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. With the machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, We need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life would be violent and all would be lost. The airplane and the radio brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprisons innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is only the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. Oh, but the hate of men shall pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people shall return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men, with machine minds and machine hearts. I'm so lightheaded, I just lost it.
5 minutes.
I also got a couple other characters that I do. I got this character. Could you hold on 1 second? I'm sorry. Here's the map. Sorry, not everything went down. Yeah, so I also got this other character. His name's Jimmy Dixon. He was wearing these goofy hats and t-shirts. Got this Burger Rancho hat. His good buddy Lucas gave it to him. You ever in Costa Rica, you want to get yourself a burger, head on down to Burger Rancho. They take care of you. But, sorry, he's a little bit nervous. We know something here. But yeah, so he just done this series called The Hunt for the Red Clover. Damn, his throat's scratchy. Oh. So he done this video, 6 of them, releasing them one at a time, weekly. Went on this big journey, looking for this red clovers. He just really don't want to let his boy put an arm down, so I make him proud of him. So he's releasing these episodes one at a time. He just starts yammering sometimes. He got these Buddhist philosophies. He does his own stunts too. And he's just, he can just keep yammering about, anything. But he's more of like, he's from the south, southern part of New York and Albany. Well, he does, I said he does his own stunts. Well, he tries to. Okay. I can see. I can feel it. I can feel the energy coming off of Mr. George that you want Mr. Jimmy Dixon to go away now. Energy picked up and received. Okay. I also write poetry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not Jimmy Dixon anymore. I'm Jeffrey Stevens. I'll just do a couple quick poems. This book right here. I published it, self-published it, sold all my baseball cards, get enough money to do this. Took this picture too when I was a kid. Her name is Sage. Also the reason why I went to Sage College, where I met this lady, Olivia Bertinoli, who changed my life. Amazing professor. Lilies for Olivia. It's for her. Kind of went with the whole Walt Whitman thing, leaves of grass, but lilies for Olivia. Like this is a bouquet of poems showing homage to Olivia. But I'll read a few quick poems for you because I'm not ashamed. And then, I'll read 2 of them and then kind of do one that's a performance. All these poems, they're not written from my point of view, so they're written from all different points of views. So when you read it, just know that. Number 31. Excuse me. Beneath the Menorah. Don't ever buy a writer a notebook. It's like buying someone a baseball glove without them having any knowledge of it. Never having tried it on, spit on the palm, rubbed it in, then in the end, we find out they're left-handed. Certain things need to fit right. Shoes are too hard. They don't fold well, flop out of pockets like cellular trout. Buy a writer an object that doesn't make any sense at all. They'll love it, like a basket of milk or a gallon of flowers, anything with a splash of wax to keep the wick from crusting over.
this other one. They're all numbered here, and then this one's number 49. This one's a little bit longer, but it's more impassioned. And then the next one is shorter and active. The constant practice of surrender and meditation. Mr. George, I can't quite click into Lotus on cue. I played catcher in high school, so my knees are shaky, but I've got a spot, a soft one. It's above the old cemetery on Crystal Brook, where the stream really narrows and nobody ever goes. But I've got a spot. I've got an apple tree and a pillow, a cat and a mouse, the entire farm. I begin this meditation by closing my eyes, but not completely. I scratch the inside of my palm because I'm nervous. I clear my throat, fidget, crack my neck. I do the throat thing a couple more times and then wiggle my finger as far as I can down my ear canal to clear a path. I fight the urge to eat, slide my tongue across my teeth, and then really begin the process of sitting zazen, shakily, very shakily. I play a recording by Ellen Watts, and in this recording, Mr. Watts has asked me to become aware of the one that is performing the breathing. And I know for certain that something within me, as true as benevolent, a machinist perhaps, has undertaken the burden, an apostle to the process of consciousness. And I'm thankful, so very, very thankful that I'm breathing. In, out, up and down, I'm breathing. And then I see the man that doesn't belong. And he's walking out from behind the barn, the cemetery, towards the embankment of the brook. And he seems not to notice the strength of my tempo, the shape of my lungs, how I'm breathing. And he's dressed the same way that he's always dressed. And most likely will never mature into a more serious spy with all the grace and spontaneity, since I don't require it, because I'm not attached, because I'm breathing. But I can see him, bent, skittering, losing his balance, across the wet stones that dry as they stretch upward over the hill, well past the old schoolhouse. And I'm breathing, I'm buzzing, my earlobes, my jaw. I correct my spine, and it doesn't hurt, and even though it's not quite comfortable, I embrace a slight tension for what it is. In, out, up and down, I'm breathing, I'm buzzing, becoming, I'm leading, letting go of my body, of the bow. I surrender! But not without releasing, not without thinking, God damn it, of the man in black, the fly in the ointment, emerging from behind the tree, as he raises his gun to the back of my head, and slowly, very slowly, nudges my skull. This brings me back, all the way back to the beginning of my practice and into my body, where I'm reminded that I'm breathing before I turn us into stone. That I'm breathing. One more. This one I'll act out. This one's called Salutations. Was that one okay? Was that okay? You still with me? Still with me? We're good? I get 5 more minutes? Okay. This is the last one.
I love it. I could be until the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're still not quite sold on me yet. Not quite sold. I got one more poem. This one, it's called Salutations. This is the dark side.
Yeah.
It's called Salutations.
Oh.
I broke her heart. Quite literally. Cracked it like an egg. While she lay on her back on the bed begging me not to kill her. I pulled mine out through my head. Smashed it like a coconut. So all of the baby spiders inside could finally be released. I'm gonna do that one over. Okay. So you got another one of these? I like it. Ready for that? Ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's grab one, be right back.
He's good. He's so good. Wow. Well,
Okay.
he's great.
Okay, I'm back, sorry.
Coyotes.
Oh, you can hear that? Oh, I thought that was inside me. Okay, here we go. Salutations. I broke her heart. Quite literally, cracked it like an egg. While she lay on her back on the bed, begging me not to kill her. I pulled mine out through my head. Smashed it like a coconut, so all of the baby spiders inside could finally be released and be given a chance to speak. I'm so sorry for what will always eventually happen when you fall in love with a cocooning creature. Damn, that's a really good seltzer. Okay. Okay, one more quick thing, actually, before you kick me out. I know, I'm sorry. Also, I do martial arts. I'm really lucky. I got a great mother, awesome mother. She got me into martial arts when I was 5, got my black belt when I was 14. Always practiced it. These are my size. They're kind of like my other hands. So I'm very fortunate to have also. I'm leaving off. No. All right, never mind. But so I also do martial arts. You know, I wave these things around. I mean, I can do Kia. So I can do that stuff too. I got this mask. I mean, I put this mask on. What? That's great. Okay, so actually, so really, Mr. George, why I'm here is because I wanted to talk to you about something. What the hell was I going to talk about? Oh, so this is what I want to talk to you about. Now you see, so all of this stuff that I'm doing, you know, all I've been doing, it's kind of like been, oh God. I'm sorry, those things are so damn carbonated. I don't want to hurt coming up, George. Okay, so all this here, I'm a little lightheaded, but all this leads to something, George, and the little characters and stuff that I do and why I'm doing this is because I need your support, George, because I have a vision of a character, and his name is Jim Robbins, but it's not for entertainment purposes. George, I used to be I taught for 1 year, and life took me in a different direction, and I came back to being a building sub at a school, and really, it was the most fulfilling 2 years of my life. It filled my heart. I've always been a big fan of Robin Williams and Jim Carrey. I've read a lot from Ram Dass, Alan Watts. I'm sorry, I'm just so nervous. I'm yammering. Okay, so George, that's a good one. Sorry. So George, the reason why I'm here, I'm gonna level with you, buddy. I followed someone here. I did all these things. I don't have an agent, George. Sorry, Linda, that was me on the phone. I can do all kinds of voices, I guess. But the reason why I am doing all this is because I have a vision for a character, and his name is Jim Robbins. And I used to work at a school, George, and it was the most fulfilling 2 years of my life. Well, it filled my heart with a lot of joy. And with everything that's happening now with the school system and virtual learning and just everything that's going on, and just where we are today in our world, where we're just so reactive because we're constantly just speaking from our minds because our hearts are completely closed off, and everything's reactive, and we are living in this kind of, damn, what am I trying to say here? I'm gonna start this over in a second. The problem is I'm trying to speak from the heart while I'm trying to pitch something and trying not to, okay. So, all right, George, I'm gonna unfold this chair for a second time to really emphasize the importance of what I'm about to say. Well, you see, all of this kind of boils down to a vision that I have of a character named Jim Robbins. Now, a few years back, before this whole COVID thing, I worked at a middle school
junior high as a building sub, and it was the most rewarding 2 years of my life. It filled me with a lot of joy, opened up my heart, and kind of was a big leap in this whole journey of this experience that I'm having with life. But so in that, all of these characters and all of this stuff, the intentions behind it, it's not so much entertainment based, it's more education based. And I have a vision for this character, Jim Robbins, that'll be directed towards the students and to be marketed as a supplemental teaching tool in the school system, like 30-minute lesson plans. I have 18 episodes. Well, I don't have them all planned out yet. I just like the number 18. But I have a very, 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 very sanded down idea of how I want to do this. There'll be 3 episodes for all the core classes: math, English, social studies, science, and then there'll also be for art, music, phys ed. And there'll be kind of walkabout lessons in the field with this character, Jim Robbins, and somebody else from the field, whether it's another social studies teacher or a science teacher or other characters that I will interweave into this. Jimmy Dixon will make an appearance as a forager. Old Man Birches when we talk about poetry. There's other characters that I'd like to bring into this. The main character will be Jim Robbins. Each lesson will be about 25 to 30 minutes long. There'll be a guided worksheet that goes along with it that the students will follow. At the end, there'll be an interactive based assessment. Maybe some of them will be like a group Jeopardy that students in the classroom can have at their tables. But there'll be all different kinds of forms of assessment. Each one won't be different, but there'll be like 3 or 4 different kind of subsets of assessment just to keep it fresh. Each video will be different. And then at the end, yada yada yada, assessment, yada yada yada. Oh, but the main purpose of it is to have the basis of all of this really is to kind of hone in on teaching emotional intelligence at an early age. I personally feel like there could be a better emphasis on that, especially in today's society where we're so reactive, and we kind of live through this idea in our mind because this world around us is shaped in a way where it's telling us what we think we need in order to be happy, and we're constantly looking for all these outside distractions that keep us from going inward to our heart and our intuition and knowing more about ourselves and how to react from a more emotionally sound place in situations versus just projecting and passing along suffering and pain and other forms like that. And the earlier that I feel this is instilled in the children of the future, they will have a better chance at survival as life goes on. But so the main character's name is going to be Jim Robbins, who's going to be kind of walking the students through the episodes, and there's going to be examples of times where students are going to be asked to contemplate what they themselves would do in that situation. One example would be, I could be outside going on a foraging walk with a scientist, and while we're outside foraging, perhaps a scene takes place where someone says something to another person that could put them down, but at the same time it's a little bit sarcastic, so a few people might chuckle, and the company that I'm with might chuckle and be like, ha ha ha, and I'll kind of like, ha ha. And then have an aside to the students where I'd be like, well, you see, I didn't really want to chuckle there, but the company that I was in, they laughed, and I didn't want to not laugh and feel vulnerable, so I kind of went along with it. Though deep down, I don't really feel that was the right choice because I wouldn't be honest with myself.
I'm so lightheaded right now, I can't stay on task. But so, I feel like I'm rushing through this because you guys are getting bored. Is that alright?
No, me. No,
Okay,
me. I
alright.
talk about myself, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, don't rush it, no.
Okay.
5 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to see the character, Jim Robbins? Okay. Hi, I'm Jim Robbins. And on today's adventure, we'll be combing a section of the California coast known as Bodega Bay in search of mollusks, invertebrates, and any other little creatures that might happen to come our way. But it's low tide, and we'll talk more about that in a moment, but you'll need to know that it's muddy out there, so make sure you've got a pair of boots packed. Now come on, let's get out of here. Okay. That seem alright? I'll do one more little animated. Here we go. Hey there. Okay. Hi, I'm Jim Robbins, and on today's adventure, we're going to be combing a section of the California coast known as Bodega Bay in search of mollusks, invertebrates, and any other little critters that might happen to come our way. But it's low tide, and we'll talk about that more in a moment, but you should know that it'll be muddy out there, so make sure that you've got yourself a pair of boots packed. Now come on, let's get out of here. Mr. George, you can give it to me Coliseum style. Woo! Yes! Okay, Mr. George, well, I really appreciate this. I want to thank you very much for the opportunity. You can tell Linda I really appreciate it. My agent won't be pestering her anymore, but yeah. Just want to say thank you. Lovely place, and I'll
Okay.
okay.
Nice.
See you later. Thank you. Thank you.
He gave me the thumbs up. He gave me the thumbs up.